Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video review for The Walking Dead issue 103, which hit stands yesterday, Wednesday, October 17th, 2012. So I was really excited for this one. Obviously, with the show back on and all that, a lot of people might not be thinking about the comic book as much, but for me, when you have the show on, and I'm excited for the comic book too, it's just all Walking Dead goodness. I'm just really excited to see every issue that comes out, every episode that comes out. It's just like a treat for me. This episode right here I actually liked a lot. As soon as I saw the cover, I actually did a video just talking about the cover because I thought the cover was so good. And a lot of times the cover doesn't actually reflect what happens in the issue. It could just be a cover of whatever, and in the issue it really has nothing to do with it. But in this one, it actually does have a lot to do with it, and it actually is symbolic of what happens in the issue itself. This review, by the way, will contain spoilers, so anyone who hasn't read 103 that's worried about me ruining it for you, you may not want to watch. Although there wasn't anything too big, or there wasn't any major character deaths or anything like that that happened in this issue, but it still was, to me anyway, a really exciting and amazing issue. Let's take it from the top. So we start basically where we left off last time, which is that Jesus from the hilltop is following Dwight, who looks like Two-Face. The guy with the crossbow looks like Two-Face, and he's missing half his face. And we get to see some, jumping kicks from Jesus. And it's funny the way Charlie Adler draws the kicks because anatomically they look like leaping, diving, like drop kicks and stuff. It just looks ridiculous. Like, I don't know. Anyway, but that's that. So that's cool. He's on top of this bridge, and he's following him. And in a kind of a neat little scene, Dwight pours an eye drop, and because he's got no eyelids because it's burnt, it just drops down his face. And, well, I guess you would kind of need eye drops if you didn't really have eyelids, because your eyes would get really, like, I don't know, dry and stuff, wouldn't they? Well, whatever. I don't know. Maybe somebody would know better. But then Dwight turns around because he hears something. Jesus throws a walker over the bridge, and then he lies down, and Dwight doesn't really see him, or it appears as such he doesn't see him, but he kind of suspects something to be going on. So I like that scene right there. That was pretty cool. Going on from there, we see Rick and Andrea is furious at Rick, and she is wanting to move out after last week when he basically told everybody that they're going to go along with what Negan wants them to do and give him half of their stuff, and that's what they're going to do. That's what they really have no choice. And so she is like, I'm not going to stay here anymore. She's going to leave, and Rick talks her out of it because he lets her in on his plan that he's going to go along with what Negan wants for now, but then later on, that's just part of his plan. Now he doesn't exactly tell us, what the plan is. We don't get to see that. We still don't know what exactly he wants to do, and how this is going to go. How he's going to do it, how he's going to beat him, or what he's going to do. Then we see Carl, and Carl's mad at Rick too. And kind of funny when Rick walks down and Carl looks at him with his eye, like because he's only got the one eye, and you can tell from just his eye that he's pretty mad. So that was kind of funny, just the way Carl looks at him, the way it's drawn by Charlie Adler and everything. So then, just like out of nowhere, Negan just walks up to the gate and starts banging on it a couple times, and then says, little pig, let me in." Which is the same thing as that other guy who attacked the Alexandria like 30 issues ago or something said. I think it was the exact same thing that he said. Was little pig, let me in. I don't know if Negan knows Rick was a cop or not. I don't think he did, or I don't think he does, but I don't know. It works out either way. But really unexpected that he would just show up like that. I figured we wouldn't see him for a while, and especially, too, if he's going to attack or come get his stuff, that he's the first person to walk up and he doesn't send one of his lackeys to do it. Because you think he would. You think he'd send one of his men up first, So that was cool. And, Negan, or Nicholas, who comes up to the fence, has no idea who he is or what he's doing. And then quickly after that, he starts, beating the crap out of a whole bunch of walkers outside while he's waiting for Rick to come up. Negan, just hilarious. Everything he says is really funny, at least for the most part. So he says all kinds of funny things here. He says the F word quite a bit, and tells Nicholas to go get Rick, and then they bash some walker heads in. and you get to see Negan because he's so big, and with his baseball bat, he's just a monster, just smashing these, and his guys too, just smashing those zombies apart as if they're nothing. Just like a pro at it, like even probably better than anybody in Rick's group. Maybe Michonne would be better or comparable. I'd like to see that Michonne one-on-one with Negan. That'd be a good fight. I'd be interested to see who would win that. Might have to go with Negan. Maybe not. I don't know. Hard to say. Although sword would beat a baseball bat, wouldn't it? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I guess it depends. So then Rick lets Negan in. He marches in with all of his tons of guys. Tells Rick to hold Lucille. That was just brutal. Jokes around a bunch, and you know, then Carl walks out. Now this is funny. Oh no, his best joke. Negan's best joke is, and I can't be the only one to notice you've got the fat lady in charge of keeping track of rations. Can I? That was awesome. I thought that was probably one of the best jokes I've heard in all The Walking Dead. That was just great. So then Carl walks out and says, you should all go home before you learn just how dangerous we all are. And he kind of looks at him like that. That's great. Negan, obviously, I think he actually likes Carl. I think he thinks it's funny how you know, how he's got you know, huge. What does he call him? Man size. Yeah, no, giant effing man sized balls. He says he has. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, so from there, they're taking all kinds of shit, like mattresses. They're taking Advil and pills and medication. And Denise freaks out because they're taking like all the Advil and a couple other things, I think. No, sorry, not Advil. Aspirin, penicillin, and cold medicine. And morphine, Oxycontin. Morphine and Oxycontin. So they can get high, of course. She freaks out. Rick tells her to put the gun down, and then Negan basically finishes taking the stuff. Then he asks for Lucille back. He takes it. And the line at the end is actually pretty brutal. He says, I can't say it exactly on YouTube, against the rules, but, and he says, in case you haven't caught on, I just slid my down your throat and you thanked me for it. Which was just terrible, man. Like, you got to think that Rick just hates this guy so much, man. It's crazy. So anyway, a great chapter. I thought it was a lot of Negan stuff. Not that, but a lot of the stuff he said earlier was hilarious. He's a great villain. And he's definitely nothing like the governor, which is what I like. You know, he's completely different from that. And, like, I would never, like, I didn't think this was going to happen in this chapter, that we were going to get to see Negan do something like this. I figured it'd be a while before they actually show that, and there'd be other things, you know, going on in the meantime, and Negan would sort of be off in the distance somewhere while Rick is doing other stuff. So this was really cool. I'm really loving this whole story arc of Negan, the Saviors, everything that's happening to Rick right now, and what he's going to do and how he's going to overcome the odds and hopefully beat him, which I hope he eventually will. But he's really funny. He's definitely a colorful villain. I like him a lot. And this is a great issue, man. Really, really good issue. I'm going to give it a perfect 10 out of 10. It was exciting because, you know, we didn't know what was going to happen. It was different. Because this has never happened before. You've never seen Rick, you know, give in to somebody and give up his stuff. It was funny, too. A lot of the lines and stuff were great. And it's a new place, and that's what we want. You got to, you know, the thing is with long comic book series is that they got to keep it fresh. And a lot of times when they have comic books going on, it's not fresh all the time. You have, like, recycled plots and stuff. Like, how many times, if you read Batman comic book, how many times does Batman beat the Joker? You know? So it's over and over and over and over and over again. Not that that's not cool. It's not fun. It is. But I'm just saying that if you can create something fresh and new that's really good like this, then I think people will like it even more because it doesn't feel like anything they felt before, which is sort of what I felt with this issue, is that The Walking Dead is still, the comic book series is still going on so strong that it's actually improved and gotten better over time, I think, since after issue 50. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. Let's talk about in the comments. What did you think of The Walking Dead 103? I loved it. Later, dudes. Peace.